Dear friends, today you will find yourselves immersed in a fascinating and shocking journey, a remarkable prophecy, a revelation that touches the deepest chords of our spirituality and urges us to reflect on our future. You are about to discover the message revealed by Father Oliveira, a devoted Brazilian clergyman. This prophecy raises questions, offers hope, and confronts us with global challenges of epic proportions. Imagine a direct connection with Our Lady of Fatima, a message delivered through a unique spiritual channel. A key date, October 13, 2023, marks the beginning of a period the Virgin described as a great tribulation. But there's more behind this prophecy, a scenario involving Russia, the dragon of hell, and a slow yet relentless devastation that could reach every corner of the world. However, this isn't just about darkness. It's a call to spiritual action, an invitation to prepare ourselves inwardly, to find strength in prayer, and to protect ourselves with sacred objects such as the miraculous medal and the symbol of Saint Benedict. This prophecy invites us to share the burden with priests, bishops, and clergy, and offers a light of hope through Eucharistic adoration and the powerful tool of the Holy Rosary. That's why today, dear friends, we will dive into the details of this unprecedented prophecy. We will explore Father Oliveira's words, attempt to understand the connection between Russia, the dragon of hell, and the impending tribulation, and discover how we can spiritually prepare for the key event of October 13, 2023. All this and more in the video about to unfold, where we will face together this new perspective on what the future holds. If you don't want to miss any updates, subscribe to our channel now by clicking the subscription button. Not only will you receive notifications every time we publish a new video, but you'll also be part of a community committed to seeking truth and finding strength in spirituality. Share your thoughts, questions, and reflections in the comments below. This is the place where minds meet, where hearts unite to seek understanding and guide us through these uncertain times. Let's begin. Father Oliveira, a devoted Brazilian religious figure, recently shared with the world an extraordinary message he claims to have received directly from Our Lady of Fatima. This revelation sheds new light on the much-discussed third secret of Fatima and urges us to reflect on its deep meaning. According to Father Oliveira's account, this divine message was delivered through an interlocution, an experience in which he reportedly heard the Virgin's very words. The message concerns the foretold arrival of a great tribulation, a time of trials and hardship that will gradually spread throughout the world. The Virgin Mary reportedly indicated that this tribulation would not begin with a sudden outcry but would instead creep in slowly, like encroaching darkness. The message seems to refer to a series of natural and geopolitical events that will shake the world. These include the outbreak of wars and conflicts, the emergence of famines, and natural disasters such as storms and earthquakes. However, Mary is also said to have warned that these trials would not be merely physical. Spiritual evil would spread even more quickly and broadly, threatening many souls. The importance of spiritual preparation is heavily emphasized. Mary is said to have advised wearing the miraculous medal and the symbol of Saint Benedict as spiritual armor. The use of these sacred objects, along with Eucharistic adoration and the powerful tool of the Holy Rosary, would serve as a shield against future adversity. Father Oliveira explains that Mary asked for sacrifices and penance to be offered for the salvation of souls and the conversion of sinners. This call to penance is particularly significant, as it implies that believers' reactions to these events could influence their impact. The message goes further, with Mary warning of demonic attacks and temptations, especially targeting priests. The importance of prayer for the clergy and the faithful is clearly underlined. Father Oliveira shares the view that times of tribulation are, paradoxically, opportunities to grow in holiness. It is also worth noting that similar messages have been echoed in the Apparitions of Our Lady of Anguera in Brazil. Through hundreds of messages delivered to the visionary Pedro Regis, the Virgin Mary has persistently warned humanity of approaching spiritual confusion, moral decay, and global turmoil. She calls for conversion, penance, and unwavering faith in the gospel. Just like in Father Oliveira's revelation, Our Lady of Anguera emphasizes the importance of the Rosary, the Eucharist, and fidelity to the teachings of the Church. This convergence of prophetic voices, from Fatima to Anguera, serves not as a reason for fear, but as a maternal call to awaken our hearts and turn back to God. These messages are not meant to paralyze us, but to prepare us. They remind us that divine mercy is still available, and that through prayer, sacrifice, and trust in Our Lady's Immaculate Heart, we can become instruments of peace and renewal in a world desperately in need of light. Furthermore, we are invited to examine our daily lives and realign them with the Gospel. Are we living in constant awareness of God's presence? Are we supporting our parishes, attending Mass, frequenting the sacraments, and offering acts of reparation for the sins of the world? The Virgin's appeal is not abstract, it is concrete and practical. Each of us is called to be a beacon of light in our family, in our workplace, and in our community. In addition to personal conversion, the message also implies a communal responsibility. Prayer groups, Eucharistic cenacles, and Marian movements are more important now than ever. By coming together in faith, believers can form a spiritual shield over their countries and regions. The power of collective prayer, especially the rosary recited with devotion, is a weapon against the tide of evil predicted in these prophecies. The Church, too, plays a vital role. Bishops and priests must courageously proclaim the truth, even when it is unpopular. They are the spiritual shepherds who must guide the flock through the storms to come. The laity, meanwhile, must support them through constant prayer and witness. It is also worth noting that similar messages have been echoed in the apparitions of Our Lady of Anguera in Brazil. Through hundreds of messages delivered to the visionary Pedro Regis, the Virgin Mary has persistently warned humanity of approaching spiritual confusion, moral decay, and global turmoil. She calls for conversion, penance, and unwavering faith in the Gospel. Just like in Father Oliveira's revelation, Our Lady of Anguera emphasizes the importance of the Rosary, the Eucharist, and fidelity to the teachings of the Church. This convergence of prophetic voices, from Fatima to Anguera, serves not as a reason for fear, but as a maternal call to awaken our hearts and turn back to God. These messages are not meant to paralyze us, but to prepare us. They remind us that divine mercy is still available, and that through prayer, sacrifice, and trust in Our Lady's Immaculate Heart, we can become instruments of peace and renewal in a world desperately in need of light. The revelation culminates in a startling prophecy. A sign would appear on October 13, 2023, confirming Mary's words. This sign would mark the beginning of a time of great turmoil caused by Russia, aided by the infernal dragon, unleashing global devastation. However, Mary is said to have assured that despite these trials, believers should not be afraid but should instead seek holiness and trust in her maternal protection. In conclusion, Father Oliveira's revelation urges us to reflect on the deep spirituality of the third secret of Fatima. It invites us to prepare ourselves inwardly, to seek divine protection through prayer and Eucharistic adoration, and to remain firm in our faith, even in the darkest moments. As believers, we can find in the prophecy a call to action, to cultivate our spirituality and be agents of positive change in the world. Dear friends, as we conclude this fascinating journey into Father Oliveira's revelation about the message of Our Lady of Fatima, we send you a warm embrace full of light and hope. Always remember that no matter what challenges we face, we are called to grow in faith, love, and compassion. Whether you are in the midst of encroaching darkness or rejoicing in the light, know that your spiritual connection can guide you through every path. We invite you to stay connected with us and subscribe to our channel to continue exploring themes that touch the depths of our being. In the meantime, remember that together, we can overcome any tribulation, facing every challenge with courage and hope. A heartfelt thank you for being here with us. May the light of truth and spirituality always accompany you. A warm hug from all of us. See you soon.